Guys, do I have a big project for you guys? Big project. Well, actually, you're not doing it. You're just watching. But I have a big project for you guys to watch. And honestly, it's going to be the biggest chainsaw genre project I have ever done yet. And I'm super nervous and I'm super excited. So, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing here. There is this like botanical garden out in California. And they do different events, and the event is called Carved. Perfect name, right? I'm a carver. They contacted me to do a family of wood spirits, and I get to have a lot of creativity, free range here, so I'm super excited about that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you. I have a drawing. Let me get my drawing to kind of show you guys what I will be doing. This is very rough sketch. So, I have 5 logs, okay? And the biggest one is going to be 9 feet. So I have 1 9-footer, 1 8, 2 7-foot, and 1 6-foot. And all these faces is going to be a family. A fun, little, happy, goofy family. So the biggest one is actually going to be the grandfather. And the smallest one is going to be the grandson. And right beside the grandfather, we have the grandmother. And right beside the son is the mother and the father. So, and I want it in this order too. So the biggest log will actually be the grandfather, the 9-foot log. Because like as trees grow and they age, they get bigger and more rings, bigger, better overall. So the story goes like this. The grandfather is teaching the grandson something, there's some sort of mischief happening that the grandfather is teaching the grandson. The mother is going to be looking at the son like, what are you doing? And everyone else is basically going to be laughing around because they kind of think it's funny, but they don't want the mom to know that. So that's kind of the storyline behind it. Hopefully I explained that well enough, and hopefully I can carve it. This is going to be a very fun challenge, and I'm super excited about it because this is really going to push me. And these are big logs. I'm not typically used to big logs, like 9 foot. That's huge, and I know I'm gonna be like so intimidated when they're all stood up. But yeah, and these are big logs. Like these logs are over 2 feet, and we have to ship these to California. Yes, they're going freight shipping. If you're wondering how we're gonna do that, just join the journey because we're gonna learn how to do that. So I was originally going to choose this log over here. He's pretty wide, this big guy, but there is a cut on the side there and I want a nice clean log for them. So I think for the grandfather, I want to do this one. And that's going to be 9 feet. So let me just measure that out real quick. All right, let's measure this out. Holy man. Dear Lord. Oh man, okay. That's 9. Right here is 9 feet. What? I need my spray paint. That was not good. So I'm gonna leave a couple inches. I'm not gonna go directly 9 feet because if I make a mistake or whatever and it's all crooked, I wanna be able to have some room to clean up my mess because I'm usually a crooked carver. So I'm gonna write Grandpa on this. I really like this one because it kind of has like a weird angle to it and it's got a bubbliness in the middle, which I like because I could definitely use that to bring out the face. I'm gonna have to cut this more because this was where the bottom of the tree looks like. Oh, that was so pretty! So that will be the bottom. Let's make this the dad. So I'll go from the painted line that I have and go to 8 feet, hopefully. That's 5 feet. 7 feet, 8 feet. So I really like this one. It's got a little bit of a bow to it, which I think is gonna add some character to it. And I want this one to be the grandmother. And this is very rough. Like, I'm going to cut these ends first and then remeasure again. But I'm honestly just marking these so I know which logs that I'm going to use. What do you guys call your grandmothers? Because I call mine grandma. Do you do Meemaw? Like, what do you do? I know there's so many different names to call your grandmother. I like this one too. I think I'm going to use this one for the mother. All the behind scenes here. So look how big this log is. It's huge. And I had Ben keep it on this little log right here. So I'm gonna cut it about like right there. So when I'm cutting there, this little log will help relieve a lot of the tension in the middle of the log. This is a big log. And let's hope that I do not pinch anything. Okay, putting a quick pause because one of my nuts here are getting undone. And I don't have my sponge with me, of course. Okay, now that we got that nut tightened, we're gonna continue cutting Grandpa and get the other 2. So we're at like 2.5 logs. We need 5. I'm excited. I think once they're stood up, like my brain's just gonna be like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna be in go mode. Cause I'm also on a time crunch. Did I mention that? There's a time crunch with this project. And there's going to be multiple videos of me struggling and silently yelling at the logs and my saws. So stay tuned for that fun.
Stay tuned for Chainsaw Jenna's meltdown.
For my meltdowns.
Is this the first meltdown?
Okay, we weren't recording all of these logs being stood up, mostly because I had to run and feed Banjo because it was like 2 hours past his dinner. But here they are, all the logs. We are definitely gonna have to figure out some sort of base for all of these because I don't want to be carving them and getting hurt. One of them falling on me and there's like a domino effect. So down from the line, from the right to the left, let me show you what we got here. So here we have the grandmother. She's a sweet old lady. The grandfather, who I am basing off of my own grandpa, Grandpa Tom. It's for you. Here we have a goofy little grandson. And then right beside him will be his madre. And his father, who is the son of the grandmother and the did I say grandmother? The grandparents. So yeah, I will be carving giant wood spirit faces in each one of these, each and every one having a different expression. Hopefully, it's going to be, watch out Ben, don't trip over that chainsaw. That could end up really badly. It's going to be a challenge, and I'm excited and scared, and I'm gonna need scaffolding, especially for this big guy. I don't know how I'm gonna get up there. But look at this! He's huge!